Okay, today we are going to see web application. How to create a web application. So what is Servlet? So what is HTTP request, HTTP response, and what is RESTful web services? If it is a web application, if anyone says an application web, that should have the capacity to communicate from the browser. From the browser, when you go www.google.com, you are getting some screen, then you are entering something there. When you click, again it goes to the program that you wrote. So you should write the program called Servlet. It's a Java program. Servlet is a Java program. Again, then you have to interact with the database by using JDBC, retrieve the information, then create a dynamic web page by using JSP or else in RESTful web services, you can respond with the JSON. Anyway, no need to go too much into that. So probably if you read my tutorial that is in the YouTube, which contains why YouTube. So my videos over here, personal information. Go here. If you have gone through this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, this is a web application demo, and JSP, Servlet, up to this, you would have some enough knowledge on Java web application development. Anyway, now we don't need to go too much into that as of now. So I'm going to start with the Spring MVC itself. Maybe after completing this, if you go and read all those things, you probably will get enough information. Okay. So from web browser, I can send the information to a Servlet. It's a Java program. We call it as a front controller. From there, I can go to database. I can store the information, retrieve the information, then I can send it to browser. Anyway, so if it is a Spring MVC framework, Spring MVC in the sense a model view controller. So I will let you know what is model, what is view, and what is controller as of now. If it is a Spring MVC, from the browser, when you click, all the information will come to Dispatcher Servlet. Dispatcher Servlet is a program. Servlet is a program like Java program, same Java program. If the class extends a HTTP servlet or a generic servlet, then we call it as a Dispatcher Servlet. No need to do much put into that one. So just to have some high-level idea. So probably when you go there and read my web application related videos, you will get all those things. As of now, consider when you click in browser, all will come to Dispatcher Servlet. Dispatcher Servlet then will identify the controller. See here, controller. You will know what is controller, all those things you will know. So when from the browser, if you click something, it will come to Dispatcher Servlet. From Dispatcher Servlet, then it will identify which controller. You can have n number of controller in your application. I'll let you know what is control. All put in mute except me. Can you all put in mute except me? Okay. Pause. Participant. Mute all. So mute all current and new participant allows you to unmute themselves. Okay. So I muted all the people. If you want to, when you speak, just you unmute and speak. Okay. Okay. Now from the browser, say for example, www.facebook.com, and you want to edit the profile. So when you click edit profile, you get one screen. There you enter all the information, whichever you want to edit. Then you will click, it will come to Dispatcher Servlet if it is a Spring. If we are going to develop our application by using Spring, then all the information will come to Dispatcher Servlet. Dispatcher Servlet will identify which controller it has to call. Then controller will call the service. When we are using a IOC AOP example, I told you there is a service layer and there is a service, right? There is a service class and there is a DO class. Anyway, we are going to see all those things, and the DO in turn connects to the database. So how we connected? Okay, anyway, we are going to see all those things. So when you click in the browser, all information will come to Dispatcher Servlet. Then Dispatcher Servlet will identify which controller. There can be a number of controller in application to which controller. Then it will go to service. Then it will go to DO. By using Hibernate, we will connect to database, save information or retrieve information, which we are going to see now. So these are all related to JSP-based web development, view resolver, view, and handler mapping. Okay, anyway, we are using handler mapping and controller. So model, the actual data that you want to display in the screen is called a model. The data, say for example, you are clicking edit Facebook, in the Facebook, you are clicking edit profile. So what are the data that is will be shown on the screen? Okay, your first name, last name, your email ID, maybe password, some other thing. You know, all those things are data. We call that as model. Very important understanding. Dispatcher request, controller, model, and view. Very, very important. See here, yeah, dispatcher solid gets an entry of handler mapping from XM. No need to read all these things. Maybe you can read other things. Okay. Okay. So now we will start. This is controller. We call this program as controller because it is annotated with at controller. Already we start stereotype, at service, at repository, at component. This is at controller. So component scan will automatically take it. See, this is the dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet. This is how we need to configure in the web.xml. This is our old way. XML way. This is our old way. Anyway, you might, when you read my video, then you will get all this information. Now you got some high-level idea. When you click in the browser, where is your all your information will come? It will come to dispatcher servlet. From there, it will come to controller. So now we are going to create a web application and we are going to create controller. So dispatcher servlet will be automatically configured by our Spring Boot. We are going to use Spring Boot. So only two information that you should know as of now is dispatcher servlet, controller, and model. Dispatcher servlet, controller, and model. Okay, so here in Spring MVC controller, in Spring MVC, the dispatcher servlet class works as a front controller. It is responsible to manage the flow of Spring MVC application. Okay, anyway. So see what is model here? Model, a model contains data of the application. A data can be single object or a collection of objects. So all the information that you saw in the screen is the value, actual value. So we call that as a model. Controller, a controller contains the business logic of the application, not a particular right related to, okay, as of now I have an idea. Here at control annotation is used to mark the class as controller. View, this is a JSP page or HTML. Anyway, so no need to go too much into this one. Okay, let me go here. Okay, dispatcher servlet, you can read this one. So leave this one. Web initializer, read this one. View resolver, related to Spring MVC, controller, path variable at Spring Boot. Okay. Okay, we will start with the Spring Boot. Okay, see what is Spring Boot? Spring Boot makes it easy to create a standalone production grade Spring-based application that you can run. So Spring Boot is used to create an application. So by using Spring Boot, you can create an application with minimum configuration. So Spring Boot. So what's the features of? We take an opinionated view of a Spring platform and a third-party library, so you can get started with minimum first. Most Spring Boot application need minimal configuration. This is we are going to create a web application. We are going to create a web application. We are going to create web application by using Spring Boot. Spring Boot as a frame, again, will help us to build the application much more faster. So it has a number of configuration. So if you do, it will get. So what are the things? Creating a standalone Spring application, embedded Tomcat, provide opinionated starter dependencies, features of Spring Boot, automatically configure Spring and third-party library whenever possible, provide a production-ready features such as metric, health check, externalized configuration, absolute no code generation or no requirement for XML configuration. Spring Boot provide a number of starters. We are going to see. Okay. So how you create a Maven application? All know how to create a Maven. Can someone tell how we created Maven application? So can someone tell how we created Maven application? So in STS, we right click, new project, then we give some names, a group ID, artifact ID. A project is created. Same way, if you want to create a Spring Boot application, then we have to use initializer. Can you all, now we are going to create one web application, that is web application, same way how we did when we created a Maven application by using STS. So now as a first step, we are going to create a web application. Can you all can you all follow me? Can you all go to web and type Spring Initializer? Can you all type this one? Spring Initializer. I type Spring Initializer. Can you all type? Okay, so if you all have typed the Spring INITALIzer, you will get something this website. Spring Initializer. Can you all click this one? So come here. All come to here. So can you all, I all muted. Is anyone unmuted? Yeah, now I muted all. So when you speak, you unmute and speak. Okay, I think so all came here. So in STS, we created Maven project, right? Same way here, we can create a Spring Boot Maven project. Again, it is going to be Maven project, but we are going to use Spring Boot also. Maven is also a tool, right? What does Maven do? Maven is a build tool. Okay, anyway, you will have an idea. So all came here. Can you give same thing, whatever you give here, you can also give here. So give here, say for example, Amazon, online. Type any name, any meaning group Amazon. So here online application, any name. Amazon. Any name, any group name, give any name. So it's a company name, something like that. So then there can be a number of projects. We are going to online sale, Amazon. Any name, any meaningful name. So here, so you can choose either whichever the version that you want. So probably, if I don't know whether all install 17, anyway, let it default, let it leave it. So here, can you all come here? Can you all come here? So you entered only two names, this and this. Can you all come here? See, add a dependency. When we use Maven, we add a dependency, right? What are the dependency we added? Like a driver file. So what are the other dependency we added? Driver, then. So Hibernate related file. When we use Spring MVC, we added a lot of dependencies. When you go here, so JPL loan, pom.xml. So here we add a dependency, right? Same way, there are n number of, for Spring Boot, there are n number of starters. So it will minimize the number of dependencies that we need to add in our POM file. So that is the main use of starter projects, starter dependencies. Can you all click here? Type web, and double click on this one. That's it. This will add all the jar files that we want to create a RESTful web services. RESTful web services. We are going to create a RESTful web services, and this one will import all the jar file that we need. I think so all came up to here. If it didn't come here, let me know so that I can wait for some time. Okay. So here group name can be anything. Say for example, Amazon. In Amazon, there can be a number of projects. One of the projects that we are going to develop is online sales Amazon. Okay. Can you all see there is a generate and there is explore. Can you all click on explore? If you see explore, see here, there is a same form file is created. Same form file is created. So there is a parent tag. There is a group ID which we entered. There is an artifact ID which we entered. Version 0.0.1 is the first version. So what is our application name? Online sales Amazon. What is the Java version? 11. Anything you can choose anyway, not an issue. See here, dependency. So what is the dependency? It added Spring Boot Starter Web. So this is the one. Dependency that will include all the jar files that are needed to develop a web application. Web application in the sense from browser we can communicate to our application. If it is a Java application, we cannot communicate from browser to Java application. But if it is a Java web application, Java application we cannot connect from browser. If it is Java web application, then we can connect from the browser, which we are going to see now. We are creating Java web application. Then for that we need Spring Boot Starter Web. Okay, then there is a test. We can write test cases for that. This is also this dependency also added only 2 dependencies. Inside dependencies, we added 2 dependencies. Okay, so here close. Can you all close this one? Close now. Again, we will come to the same. So when you click this one, it will generate a project and it will get downloaded automatically. When you click this one, a web application project is created. A web application project is created and it will automatically download. So then we have to import in STS. That's the thing. So we are creating a Spring Boot web application. We are creating Spring Boot web application, Spring Boot Java web application. So can you all click generate? Click generate. See here, it got downloaded. Can you go to show folder? Yeah. So let me copy this one. Copy this one to my C:, Java FSD. Okay. Spring Boot. Spring Boot. Any folder, just I'm going to store this one here. Can you all come up to here? So now I created one Spring Boot application. See, when I click this one, I will unzip. So right click, once you paste here, you can right click, extract all. Okay, see here, it got extracted. This is a compressed one. See here, compressed, zipped file. See, compressed one. So here, if you place your mouse here, then you can drag. I think so all came up to here. See, this is a compressed one. I extracted, so this one. Can you all import this project into STS? Can you all import this project into the same way? Maven, I'm going to import. So here, close all. So how will you close all? Right click on anywhere, close all. So all the things got closed. Can you all import this one? Right click here. Can you all right click here, import? Go and import the project. Right click, import existing Maven project. Yeah, choose existing Maven project. So I'm going to browse. browse. So it is in C, Java FSD, Java FSD Spring Boot application, online. So you should contain the SRC and main above. So then you choose this one, select folder, finish. Yeah, I got, see here, Amazon sale, online sale Amazon. So when you expand, can you all come up here, import your project to STS? Okay, I think so all came up to here. If anyone having doubt, so you can share your screen if you could not able to come up to here. Okay, so if you all came here, can you all see what are the things available? Click this SRC main Java. Can you all click SRC main Java? So I think so you all will have one Java program. Can you open this one? Double click. See, there is Artist Spring Boot application. So this is the class that you should run in order to build your application and deploy to server. To build your application and to deploy to the server. Anyway, you'll know what is build to application, deploy to server and all after some time. As of now, this is a program which you should run when you want to deploy your project to the server so that your application is deployed to the server Tomcat. That is Tomcat. We are going to use Tomcat as a server so that when you deploy the project into Tomcat from browser, you can access. If you want to access your application, then you web application, then you should deploy your web application in any of Java enabled web server. So for example, Tomcat is a container, Tomcat is a container, Apache is an Apache Tomcat is a web application. So web application server. Apache Tomcat is a web application server. Anyway, you will come to know about all those things as of now. So I think so. You if you run this one, it will get. So before that, so you need to create all your Java program, under this package. You can create n number of Java program in this application, but all should be inside this package, meaning Amazon online sales dot anything. So I'm going to create one package. Can you all create a package called controller? Any name to be meaningful, I'm going to create a controller. So right click on this one, right click new, package. See here, amazon.online.controller finish. So I created one package. Can be any name, controller or anything. Okay, have you all created this one? Okay, create a class. Say for example, create a class called order controller. Any name to be meaningful, we are going to create a class called order controller. Any name, otherwise you can give any name. Order controller, any name. So to be meaningful, I am giving it as order controller. See the package amazon.online.control. So all your classes should be inside the package called amazon.online. So now I think so all created this class. Can you all create this class? Now you know how to create a web application by using Spring Boot Initializer, how to import and create package. And so now we are creating a RESTful web services, REST controller. We call it as REST controller. Okay. So we are going to create REST controller. On the day we created service, we created repository. When we are working on IOC and AOP classes, right? So in IOC AOP classes, see here when in IOP AOP classes. So here resource Java. This is Java, right? Java loan package, not IOC. Where is AOP IOC? HRM, this one. This one Java. On the day I created one class, annotated with at repository. We call it as repository class. We annotated with at service. We call it at service class, service layer. Anyway, I'll explain now. Service. Then we created another one called AOP here. AOP, right? AOP. See here, at component. So one thing which we are having used is at controller. So now we are going to do that. Can you all open this order controller? In order controller, can you annotate with at REST controller? So what is you can write at service, at repository, or at REST controller, or at component. Since we are going to create a RESTful web services, your class should be annotated with at REST controller. So that's the main thing. So since it's a web application, from the browser, I can call this class. From browser, I can call this class. Since it's a web application, Java, normal Java, you cannot do this one. If it is Java web application, then you can call the application program, any program from a browser. If it is only Java, then you cannot call from the browser. Java web application, you can call from the browser. So now I'm going to give an URL for this one. This one URL from browser, how we are going to call this one. Anything. So there is an error coming, right? Click here, this one, and import. So what is the thing imported? org.springframework.web.bind.annotation. Okay, REST CONTROLLER. It is in org.springframework.web.bind.annotation. So what is this one? We are making this class as a RESTful services. So we annotate with at rest controller. So we want to call from the browser. So I'm giving an URL. This is the URL I will use www.google.com. Same way I'm going to use www.localhost/API/ordner. Then it will call this program. Can you all come up to here? Okay, so if you have come up to here, just I want to type welcome to Amazon. So I'm going to write a method get order. I'm going to create a method, any name to be meaningful. I'm giving it as an order. So what is the return type? string string. So then we should write a return, right? retu or return. Okay, so I wrote one method. I wrote another one method, save order. So here I wrote two methods. One is get order, another one is save order. Save order. I wrote two methods. Can you all write this method? So yeah, this is a class. It can contain n. It can contain n number of methods. Anyway, we have two methods here. So even I shared in chat if you want cut and paste. So a class can have a number of methods. I created two methods. So I told you that we can call this class or this method from the browser. So if you call by using this URL, which method will get called? Either this one, or either this one, or this one. So we need to give a URL for this all the methods also. Give an URL for all the methods. So I'm getting error. If I click this one, I'll get. If I click this one, all from org Spring Framework, web application, web bind annotation. So other things don't choose. Again, when you click here, so Control Shift O. See, Control Shift O. Here, if you see here, what is Control Shift O? Is there anything called a Control Shift O? See, Control Shift O. Organize import. Format, Control Shift F. So Shift add text block. Control Shift then single colon. Sorry. So remove block command, shortcut keys. All shortcut keys are here. You can see here shortcut key, edit shortcut key, file shortcut key. Learn this. Okay, Control Shift. What is Control Shift O? Control Shift O is import. Control Shift and O. Okay, now I think so all came up to you. So what is this one? So in HTTP, there are n number of methods, HTTP methods, like get, post. So if you are going to retrieve the information from the database and show it in the screen, then use get mapping. If you are going to send the information from the browser to the server, then make it as post. So this one, we are going to call this method when we submit the save. When we send the information, that is order information, we will call /save API /save. So when we want to retrieve the information, no need API, sorry, save. Here post. Control Shift O, Control S. So here I annotated with @get mapping. Here annotated with post mapping, because when I call this method, I want to return the information from server to browser. Whereas here, when I call this method from browser, I want to send the information which should be stored in the database. So I make it as post map. The difference between get and post is only that. So when you send the information from server to browser, then use get. If you want to send the information from browser to server, and if you want to store it to database, then make it as post. So HTTP request type, get or post. There are other HTTP types available, but anyway, you learned two things: get mapping, post mapping. Okay, now if you want to call this one, if you want to call this method, save order, if it is a web application, from browser, I can call this method. So if I want to call this method, what should I give, right? API order save. So if I want to call this method, then I can give API order get and some ID. Some ID. So even I remove this one, let me remove this one. Okay. So if you want to call this method from the browser, what should I send? HTTP localhost 8080. I think so. It is working on. We will see in which port it is working. By default, it is working on 8080. Then API order, then /get. We will get this result. Can we try? So first we created one REST controller. So what are the things that we done here? AOP, IOC, AutoWire, REST controller. REST controller anyway. Okay, so we created one REST controller and we annotated mapping as a API order. If you have some other class, you will have some other URL. Okay, now can you all go and open Spring Application Boot Java class? This one. Can you all open the Spring Boot application, this Java class? Spring Application Boot. This is the class. What is Spring Application Boot? If we go there, the Spring Application Annotation, many Spring Boot developer like their app to use auto configuration component scan and able to. So what is the use of Spring Boot annotation? The Spring Boot annotation, this one, the Spring Boot annotation is used to mark a configuration class that declares one or more bean method and also triggers auto configuration and the component signing. It's same as declaring a class with at configuration at a mode, enable auto configuration and at the component scan annotation. This is the use of Spring Boot. So Spring Boot starter parent, Spring Boot add. So using at Spring Boot application annotation, many Spring Boot developer like this one already it is here. So what is at enabled configuration, component scan, configuration at Spring Boot. So you need to run this class. Can you all run this class? If you run this class, what does this class will do? It will go and deploy, create an application, deploy to Tomcat server. So Tomcat is a server where you need to deploy your application if you want to access from the browser. Tomcat server. Okay, now can you all go here, right click, run on boot Spring Boot application. See here, Tomcat started on port 8080. All will get something like this. Can you try this one? All should get up to here. All should come up to here. If you are not getting, share your screen. So what is the thing that we are going to try? We are going to we are creating a web application so that this can be accessed from a browser. So we will see now. That's the thing we are going to experiment. Have you all come up to here? Okay, if you all came up to here, can you open your browser? Open your browser. Can you all type http //localhost 8080. Your server is looking on port 8080. Like your database is which is on 3306. MySQL Server database is listening on port 3306 where you need to send the request. Here our server is looking on request 8080, port 8080. So we are going to send /API /ORDER order /GET get. If I click, see here, welcome to Amazon order. I could be able to call the program, this method from browser. So I called this one and I got this result. Can you all view this one? So I gave the URL. You should get this welcome to Amazon order, very important. All should get up to here. So if you are not getting up to here, share your screen. So if you need, I can send this program also. I sent, even if you want, I can even share it as a program. I sent in the chat Java FSD, Spring Boot. So even I sent the Java program. So except package, I sent all the things. That does not contain the package. So this class should be under the package called Amazon.online sale Amazon. Meaning, where is your Spring Boot application file? It should be under this package. Under this package. So can you all, so whoever done, can you, someone share your screen? Who is going to share your screen? I'll pull some other guy today. New guy, participant. Hari Kumar, leave. Vivo 1814, I think so. Abhi. So
Yes,
can you share your screen? Do you have the setup?
Sir, actually, I
Okay, leave it.
joined the meeting.
Okay. Okay, Shalini, do you have the setup?
No, sir, I am attending on mobile, sir.
Okay. Samir. Okay, Samir, can you share your screen?
Yeah, sir. Hello.
Share your screen.
Okay, sir. Sir, give me permission.
Yeah, I'll give you permission. Yeah, I gave.
Sir, is visible, sir?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, Shamir. Yeah, it is visible. Yeah, could you able to access from the browser? You are getting this one. What is the error? You are getting error. See, what is the error? This application has no explicit mapping called /error. So you are getting, what is it? See, there is an third line, fourth line. What is the fourth line? Can you all, very, very important, fourth line. Status 404. So your request from browser, your request went to server, Tomcat server, and it went to the application. And the application is sending that the path is not there. 404. What is a very important? All should know what is 404. 404, the path that you are sending from here, it is not matching to your controller method path. So API order ORDER and get. Go to your. Have you started your application? Yeah, you started your application. It is on port 8080.
Yes, sir.
API ORDER. See, you didn't remove in 14th line. In 14th line, you have extra bracket. That one, right? That you need to remove. Yeah, only get /get, not other things. Yeah, remove all the things. Only /get. Remove other things. Remove that also. Remove that.
Okay,
save. Okay. Now wait. Wait. Save, right? See whether it will automatically deploy. We will see whether. See, can you go here? Can you come down in the right click somewhere, right click there. Clear. Right click. No. Right click. right click, clear, clear. So it will clear the console. It will clear the console. So it is not starting on its own. So you can restart. Restart where you will do restart. Under run. Pull the arrow button. Under run. Go to top. Go to top. No. Go to top. Under run. Run. Navigate. Search. Next search. Project. Run. Under run. Pull the drop down. Little bit go down.
Sir, I can't see because hello.
Okay. Now then restart. Where? How will you restart? First save your program. First save your program. Okay. So now there is wait. There is a file, edit, source, refactor, navigate. Go to top.
Sir, some navigation bar is there for mute, start video, security. That's why I can't see.
Okay. You pull that one down. You can pull that one down. Okay. So minimize your screen, then you will get it. Minimize your screen. No. You are come down. There is a arrow button. Under run. There is a go. There is a no. Come out. See, under run, there is a red color. After that, there is a pull down, right? Under run, pull down. After that, click that one. Okay. If you double click this one, it will restart. Wait. So if you want to restart, do the same thing. Under run, pull that drop down and choose your application. So under project is a stop button. See here, now it is started. So I think so all saw how to restart your application. So can you show again one time for all? Can you go to STS and show how to restart? Yeah, which one you are going to? Yeah, that arrow, then you have to double click your application. Yeah. So now again it is restarted. Okay, wait. If you want to stop, then what you can do, right? Go to project, under project, there is one drop down, right? There you can go on, choose your application, then it will get stopped under project. Now no need to do, now don't do. Go to your browser and run. Yeah, run. Say you got welcome to Amazon. Can you all come up to here? If you didn't come, can you share your screen? Yeah, you give me your host and you share also, you can. Okay, now who has done? Samir done. Nandini. Yeah, Nandini, have you completed?
Completed, sir.
Okay. Then how about Bharat? Is it coming for you?
No, sir.
It's working for you?
Sir, I just attending mobile, sir.
Okay. Then who is other one? Bharat. Ashwini, how about you? Have you got the result?
No, sir. I am also attending mobile, sir.
Okay. So Vadivellu? Vadivel? Okay then. Okay then. Now you know all know. If you want to stop, then you can click this one. I'll share my screen. Let me share my screen. Share the screen. Okay. So now all could be able to see my screen, and let me open my STS. How will you relaunch? Right click on this one. Right click on this one, double click. So if you want to stop, click this one and click this one to stop. So now this is a stop button and this is a relaunch button. Relaunch button. Okay. So here, see here, if you want to clear this one, either right click, clear, or else see here, what is this one? Remove this one, remove launch. This one is clear, remove all terminal launches. This one is clear console. See here, clear console, scroll, word wrap. There are a lot of things. This one is clear console. See, console is clear. Don't run again this one. When you again run this one, don't run this one. It will tell that you will get an error. Say, if I run this one, run. Again, if I run, already it's running. Again, if I run, port is already used. See here, web server failed to start. Port 80 is already in use, meaning you didn't stop it properly. So your port is not released by the container. So that you should not again do. First time you do this one. After that, to relaunch, use this one. To stop, use this one. I think it's all got up to here. Okay, so now, okay, now go here. Okay, now there is a tool called Postman. Can you all type, go to Google and type, there is a tool called Postman. There is a tool called Postman. See here, Postman. So what is the use of a workbench? Can anyone tell what is the use of workbench? We use workbench tool. What is the use of STS tool? Same way there is a Postman tool. So instead of from the browser, during our development, we will use this Postman tool to send the request and to view the request. That is to call our RESTful web services and to send the detail to RESTful web services. It does the work of browser. So instead of browser, during our development, we can use this Postman tool. So can you all, if you go to your here, right click here, Postman. If you want to open a Postman, right click here, inspect, no need, browser, Postman, browser, Chrome Postman, type Chrome Postman, CHROME, Chrome Postman. If you type here, Chrome Postman, if I click this one, see here, we got something like this. Add to Chrome. When you click add to Chrome, add app. Okay. See here, I get something. See Chrome app, I get something like this. So then I click Postman. See, a tool is open. Sign up with Google, or you go with this one. Sign up, it is free. Already I can account. Take me straight to the app. All can do this one. Take me straight to the app. I will create account after some time. So here, Post Chrome is now a Postman app. Download, no need to download, just close this one. See here, there is a request, environment, documentation, monitor, mock server, collection. Before that, I will do one more thing. Before that, I will do one more thing here. When I go to my REST controller, here I go to REST controller. Let me change this one. Get customer CRUD operation. Git code, server, microservice project, learning material, Spring Boot CRUD. Okay, see here, I'm going to copy this one at request body. Here, so here order, so we create an entity, right? So what does entity contain? It contains variable, table name, column name. If it is Pojo, it will contain all the variable, but it won't have anything related to table name or a column name and all. It's like a container. Pojo is like a plain old Java object, like a container. I will create one Pojo here. So I'm going to create, if you have read my Java tutorial videos, you will know what is Pojo. Can all read there? Okay, I'm going to create one package dot Pojo. So to be meaningful, you can write it anywhere, but to be meaningful, I create one package and place there. Order Pojo. Yeah, order ID. Order ID, order name, price, amount. So I created one Pojo, plain old Java object. It will contain only variables and getter setter. So if you read my Java videos, you will know what is Pojo and what is getter setter, all those things. It contains only 3 variable. So it contains on 3 variable. So now control S. Okay, let me go to my here order Pojo, order controller, Control Shift O. Okay, so now when you can say, when you say what you will do in the form, in the browser, you have a 2 text box, order name, amount. So when you submit, all the value will come to this controller. All the value will come to this controller. Before that, it will go to dispatcher servlet. From the dispatcher servlet, it will identify the controller based on the URL, Dispatcher servlet based on the URL. So if you know, it will come here. All the value that you are going to send will be copied into this into this variable, that is into this object. So if it will come to here. Okay, now we will see. We will print this one here. Okay, order Control C dot get order name, dot get order amount. So these are the 2 things I'm going to print. So now from the browser, instead of browser, I'm going to use Postman. From the browser, we cannot do. So we are using the Postman tool, and we are going to send the order name, order amount. So which will be displayed in the server. Order saved successfully. Saved successfully. Void. So this should not be void. Okay, void. ST not string. Maybe I'll make it as OR DR order order Pojo. When your ID will be created, so when you store your ID will be created, or you can give ID. So time being, I am going to set one ID for this one. Time being, I am going to set ID 34 something. So actually this one will not be here in real time. So I'm going to just, in order to print it, to demonstrate something. So now we wrote an order save method. So from the browser, if I send the information, the same Facebook, when you edit the profile, all the detail will come here, and just you are printing in the server. From here, you know how to store to database. We can connect to Hibernate. We know how to connect. We can connect to Hibernate, and we can send the value to the database. So that's the thing. Once you got here, then it's easy. So now we'll see how to how to do this one by using Postman. So can you all open Postman? Here I open the Postman, click the request. Click the request, close this one. Okay. So here, so if you want to send the information from the browser, then it should be post request. Then it should be post request. Post request, and what is the URL? Localhost, LOCAL, local HOST host 8080/API/OR order /seva save. Okay, so this is the, then what are the values that you are going to send? See, go to body. So here we are going to send the information as JSON. Anyway, you will understand. Content type. What is the content that you see in content? Content type. Header. So I click header, and what is the information that you are in? Information is going to as application JSON. It's a format. Anyway, I'll explain after that. CONTENT. Type in Google what is content type, you will get content type. So here application APP application JSON. See this one. So you are going to send the information to the REST as a JSON format. Your content is going to go there as a JSON format, not .text format, or not PDF format, or not image format. It is going to go as a application JSON format. Go to Google and see what is JSON. You will understand. Content type, content type, then you will understand what is content type. Content type, web application, something like that. Okay. Now you in the header. Now click body. In the click body, click raw. So what are the information that we are going to send from the browser? So instead of browser, we are using Postman. So order name, ORDER, order, NAME name. So what is the order name? See, give something. One something. So order the other things, order ID is there, then amount. Order amount. Order amount, colon, double quotes. So order amount is a string. Yeah, I gave it as a string there. So we will give it as, it should not be string. Anyway, I give it as string. Maybe here I can change. Amount will not be in. Okay, anyway, we will, as of now, we'll go with this one string, 3,400 rupees. So now I'm going to send this information to my program. My program will print in the console. See, my program will print in the console here. Let me clear. How will it clear? Right click, clear, or else go here, clear. Okay, now if I post is okay, URL is okay. So if I save, it will come here. Then what else? All the things are done. This one, post method, it will come here, then it will. So probably we'll try. We try whether we get success or not. 200. Okay, I need to restart. How to restart? So I'm going to restart. See, click this one, relaunch. Now see here, it is relaunching. So I can use this one to drag this side or this side. Use this one to pull down, go above. So if you don't want this one, close this one so that you get lost, more space. So now your server is started. See here, your server is started. Your server is listening on port 8080. Listening on port 8080. Okay, that's why we are sending the request in 80. See here 8080. So I will send this one. Bad request. See here, bad request, 400. Before we got 404 when Samir was doing. Now for bad request, what is bad request? Maybe it should be in double quotes. It should be in the double quotes. Again, it is a bad request. Timestamp or dear order, or dear name, amount. So here, comma. You should get a comma. Okay, let me send. See here, we got success. 200. 404. We saw what is 404, 200, 400. So what is this one? See here, 400, 200. See, read that one. Standard response for a successful HTTP request. The actual response will depend on the request method used. In GET request, the response will contain an entity, something you can read. Now see here, 34 we got. 34, that is coming from the south. So when you go to here, see here, it got printed Deepavali 3000. From the browser, instead of browser, I'm using this tool. I send the information, it is coming here. Now you can go and store it to database, right? You can create another one Java program, or from here you can create entity manager, factory, and you can store it to database. So to store to database, say for example, I am going to create one service layer, service class. So either I can write the logic here, or else I can write a separate class service layer. What I'm going to do, right? I'm going to create another one package, new package dot SC or VIC, anything to be meaningful, I'm creating at a service. Okay, where is service? Where is service? This one. I'm going to create one class, service class, service layer, service layer. So or dear order, MPL, IMPL, finish. Before I will let me create one interface. Always it is better to have an interface. So I'm going to create an interface called ORD or order. Okay, in this get ORDER. You know what is interface ORDER order? So what is the return type of order? Get order. STRANG string. STRANG string. Get order SAVE save ORDER order. So if you are not going to type parallelly with me, then how will you understand anyway? By seeing my video, you try to do the same type and create this application so that you will have an idea. So what is the thing? Parameter. Parameter is ORDER order POJO. ORDER order POJO. Control Shift O. Why we are getting error? We didn't import. Now we imported. So error went. Control S. So interface contains two methods now. Okay. So if I implement this interface, implements. How will you implement an interface? IMPLEMENTS implements ORDER order. Control Shift O. So unimplement all the method. See here, both the method got implemented. Save. So here order. Okay, let this come up to here. Maybe I make this order POJO here. String, right? Save string. No, so this is wrong. Maybe save, we will make it as something like this. Okay, Control S, go to order, rename this one, rename, not change the return type. If you didn't know, if you are not understanding all these things, you said read my Java tutorial, then only understand. You should complete the Java tutorial. Okay, order POJO, right? Okay, then I'm going to create one repository. Then I'm going to create another one package, new package dot repository, any name to be meaningful. I make this as a repository. So another one important thing, what we should have done Instead of order service, I have here to be meaningful. So how will you change the class name? Click this one, rename. That's good, right? So here you give add service. Order service. Control Shift O. Control Shift O. When I click Control Shift O, automatically this will go. Otherwise, you click there and do it. So that's how you can correct. So Control Shift O. Type Control Shift O so that automatically this will import. So order service is the name I gave. Okay, then I'm going to create another one. Is that I create a repository? Yeah. In repository, I'm going to create one interface called order. So this is in a repository. Order, REPOSITORY, order repository, so that it is more meaningful. So extends JPA. Repository, customer repository, art repository extends Control V. This one is ORDER order. So I will create one entity. So we need to create one. You know what is entity already we learned. So create one package. Create a package, new package dot entity entity. Finish. I created one entity here. I'm going to create one entity. So ORDER order. So if it is an entity, what is the first step that you need to do? At entity entity. Control Shift O. It will import. I always click here. So where does it will work? We need to. So there is a problem, right? So now what we want to connect to database. We want to connect to database. So it is not going. So we need to add the dependency. So what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to add the dependency related to Hibernate JPA and the driver. So I will go to Spring Initializer. Go to Spring Initializer. Already you have something like this, right? So click here. Add a JPA repository. JPA, see here. Spring Data JPA. Spring Data. We are using Spring Data. Spring Data JPA. Like this one. See, Spring Data came. Already we done Spring Web. Add MySQL driver. If it is PostgreSQL, try PostgreSQL. If it is PostgreSQL, type Postgre. Postgre POST. See here, that is there. You can use either one. And if you see Explore, so what are the things available extra? Before it was web, only web. Now we added this two. This one is related to JPA repository. Okay, I will add to my POM file. So before I did not this one. Online Amazon sale. Online Amazon sale. Okay, here. After web, I'm going to add this one. Control V. I added one. And what is the another one pending? This is driver. You know what is driver? This is a pending. Two things I copy and paste. Inside, all should be inside dependencies. Control Shift F, Control S. Okay, now I added all the dependencies. So here it is importing. Here it is importing. So when you see here, see all the Maven files. See, we added only 3 dependencies. See how much Maven files, how many jar files are added. See this much of jar files are. MySQL connector got added automatically. Spring Boot. ORM, JDBC, web. So now this is the advantages of this Spring Boot starter dependencies. So if you mention this one, all related jar files will be automatically downloaded. Okay. Okay. Now, so we added 3 dependencies. So let's go here. Control Shift O. Now Control Shift O. See here, Amazon entity order. Yeah. Very important. It is Amazon online entity, our class. So if I remove this one, Control Shift O, see there are other orders also. Don't use this one. We created an Amazon, that entity we had. So if you go to order, so in order, what are the things that we are going to store? Go to order Pojo. Where is order Pojo? This one is order repository. I should have made it as, this one is Amazon.service, right? Make this a service to be more meaningful. Order service. Rename. Control C, Control S. Go here. So here also make Control V, Control S. So I change the interface name so that it is more meaningful. Okay. So I go here. What are the things that we need? Where is Pojo? This is Pojo. I'll copy. Let me copy all the 3 things. Order, right? Copy. So I'm going to create get a settler. Create get a settler method, select all, generate. So only one thing. What is the one already you know? What is the one thing that we need to do? Control Shift O will import persistent Java X dot persistent dot entity, right? Persistent dot entity. So what is the one thing that we need to do? We need to add ID attribute at, how will you add ID attribute at ID? At ID, small ID or capital ID? At ID. At generated value. Control Shift O. Java.persistent.id. And all the things are, so generated value also Java.persistent. So now our entity is okay. Then what is the table name? Let it go with ORD or itself. Okay, we added this one, repository Control S. So it's integer. Is it integer? Is order here integer? Order here is integer. Yeah, I made it as integer. And another one important thing is repository. So what is the problem here? To remove this one. Okay, so all the things are done. So only one thing that we need to change is here in controller. So in controller, order Pojo, right? Order Pojo, integer is right. This is integer. All the things are same. Okay. Now, so now from here, I want a dependent injection to service. This is a controller, right? From here, I want to call the service. How to call? Already we saw. So what should I put here? Why I'm getting error? Can anyone tell why I'm getting error? See this one. What is this one? Cannot be resolved because this class is in some other package. So what do you have to do? Import. Control Shift O or else click this one. Import. Another one thing. What should I annotate here? For Spring to create dependency injection. Something we read auto wired. Control S. You are getting error. Control Shift O. So you got cleared. So where is this one? See auto wired. org.spring framework being factory annotation auto service. Okay, now what I can do from here, I can call the method. Which method I'm going to call? I don't want this now. Remove this one. We don't want. We wrote entity. Control V dot save order order Pojo. Okay, so now this will call order service. Okay, then it will go to order service, this one. From here, we need to go to repository, right? Or the order, REPOSITO repository. Is available order repository available? Is order control shift available? Yeah, it is available. We already created, right? So we created this interface, right? Extends JPA repository. This one is framework, Spring Data Framework. So this is the entity name and this is the ID value or type. Our ID value is int, so it's wrapper class integer, and this is the entity name. Okay, so now here I'm going to call this one save order control V dot save entity order control V. So what's the problem here? Order Pojo, no order Pojo, should be order. Okay, control is that. Okay, then I need to convert this one because I can send only entity here. So ORD or order equal to ORD or order. I think so all can understand this is the entity, right? ORD or order. Control Shift O. Amazon entity order. Okay, so order, set the value. What are the value that we need to set? Set order name, where from Pojo. Set order name. Get order name. So order amount. What is the amount? We are going to send any amount. Dot set order amount. Order Pojo dot. I think so all understanding. So the value that is coming from there, we are getting from Pojo and populating into order ID. Control Shift O, Control S. Set, okay, order Pojo dot get, not order ID amount. Okay, so what is the problem here? It's not a Pojo, it's order. Control Shift F. So here, this one is service class service. So I don't want to write this all these things here. Control X. Okay, Control Z. This right. Repository dot save. When I call this one, so auto wired. This one should be auto wired. So what is the problem here? Change it to AUTO. Control Shift O. Control S. Okay, so now I created here. So what is going to happen? Controller. From the postman, you are going to send the information. Then what I'm going to write? I'm going to send that information here. Just I'm printing it. I'm going to send it to service save order. So now it will go to service IMPL. It will come here, and I'm creating an entity, and I'm getting the value from the Pojo, and I'm populating into entity. Right? Set order. From where I'm getting from Pojo, I'm getting the value, and just I'm populating the value. Then repository.save. Their entity.save, entity manager.save, right? Same way, repository.save, because this is JPA repository. Service, okay. This order repository. So this is JPA repository. We already read JPA, yeah? JPA. So you no need to write method, automatically framework will write the method. So that's the advantage now. So we are using Spring JPA data. Okay, now all the things are done. So now if you send the information, it will store to database. Only one thing is pending. So which is the database on which port, in which DB that it will store when this program. So now can you all go to SRC main resource? Go to SRC main resource. Go to application.property file. Here you need to mention the database name, username, password, all the things. Window Spring Boot to SRC main resource, application.property file. See here, this is my database related things. So I'm going to copy and port, leave this port. Control. Instead of persistent.xml, we are going to use property, application.property. This is a Spring Boot project, right? In Spring Boot project, if you specify here, it will write to application persistent.xml. You no need to write persistent.xml. So you can paste it in application.property file. This is the configuration file for this Spring Boot application. Application.properties is the configuration file for Spring Boot application. So what is the okay, anyway, it will create in IQDB. I think so. I have IQDB, or which one I'm using for. You can use anything, loan banking, JPA. So here persistent.xml, meta enough. So here TRADB, anything you can use. So IQDB or anything, but anyway. So I want to use application.property file, Control V, Control S. So root, password, 8 dialect, all the things are same. Now all the things are done. So what are the things that we created here? We in application.property file, I mentioned, let me close all Amazon. So first step, here we done all the configuration. My database, username, password, MySQL dialect. If it is PostgreSQL, then PostgreSQL here. So auto update. So this is done. We have given the database related property. Then what else I did? I created one controller. So this is a controller. I created 2 methods. This is get mapping, this is post mapping. For all save related, you have to use post mapping. We are going to send the information from the browser and we want to save it, so post mapping. This one get mapping, we want to retrieve the information from the database and show it in the screen. So get mapping. Okay, then what I did, I want to say I created one order Pojo. I gave the variable there. So when you send from browser or from Postman, all the things will be copied to here. So it should match the variable name. The variable name should match here in Postman. So this Postman, this name should match. Here it can be anything. Then only it will automatically copy. Your framework will automatically copy. That is the value coming from there. That's a key value. So what is the value that will come from this one? Order name equal to whatever you gave here. Order amount equal to whatever you gave here will come from there. Automatically it will populate into this object, to this one and to this one. So that's why you should match that one. Okay. After that, just we are printing it. Order saved successfully. Let's move Control X to here after this one. So then I'm returning the Pojo. We are not sending the ID, but ID will be returned back. So we will call this one. When you call this one, you are passing this Pojo. So when you call this one, you are calling pass by address. This is pass by address. If you see my tutorial, you will understand. So I call this one and pass by address. Now this also will be pointing to the same address where in controller pointing to the same address. Pass by address, not value. So then I create entity, I populate all the value, then I give the repository. Repository will save. After that, what I should order. So this order Pojo Control C dot set. I want to set the ID that is created by our Hibernate JPA. Order dot get ID. Okay. After that, I am returning. So when it is coming, you are having only order name and amount. After this line, order will have an ID because if we are using this JPA repository, right, it will save to your database, and at the time order ID will be created because we are using JPA. So this one is JPA, right? This one, Hibernate JPA. So it will create. So now all the things done. If I restart, let me restart this one, all the things done. So how many class? One service, repository, service, Pojo, entity. That's 4. Controller, 5. 2 interface and 5 classes. That's all. And 1 property file. One property file. One property file. And so first it will come to controller, then it will come to service, then it will come to repository. And you know what is entity and Pojo, and controller is there. That's it. Nothing other than that. Okay, if I minimize all the things. So here 1 class, 2 class, 3 class, 4 class, 5 class, 5 class, 2 interface, 1 property file. That's all. Okay, let me restart. There is an error. See what is an error? You are getting error. Error, create table order, name order. So what is the problem here? Create statement. Already exists. Create table order. What is the problem here? Caused by corresponding to your MySQL version, writes syntax to near order. Order ID integer not null. Okay, order amount, order varchar. Explicit is disabled. So what is the problem here? Executing create table order. So our Hibernate is creating this query. What is the problem here? Order ID integer not null, order amount varchar 25, order name varchar 255. So is the duplicate name or some other? So I have a version here. So when I double click, it will reduce. When I double click, it will in. When I double click, it will increase, reduce. Okay. So what is the problem here? The entity Pojo. Maybe I go to entity. Let me change. Let me give one table. Maybe already the table may exist. That is not an issue. Table table. NAME name equal to double quotes. OR DR order DT. Yes. Control Shift O. So Java x.persistent. Control S. Maybe I will run this one order. Maybe I'll run this one and see what is the error I am getting. Relaunch. So now there is no error. Is there error? No error. So now from Postman, I am going to send this information. See order ID 6. Send order ID 7. Send order ID 8. Let me go to database. MySQL workbench, right? Workbench. Okay, so here I'm using TRA FSD TRA. So here table. So book, where is? So which am I using? Book, employee, Hibernate sequence. This one, TRADB. Yeah. So there is order DETS. Order DETS, and let me select star from. order hyphen BTS semicolon. So what is the error? Use database. What is the database? Use TRADB. So here no database selected. Use TRADB. So then you execute this query. See, order ID came 678. So from Postman, I'm going to send New Year purchase 2022 amount 5,000. Okay, I will Control C, not here. So where you should, which one you should use? This one here. Here I'm going to change Control V. So Deepavali purchase 5221 and 5,000. So when I send, see 9th one, order ID 9, Deepavali purchase 2021 and 5,000. So go here and run this one. See, we got Deepavali purchase 2021, 5,000 rupees, order ID 9. So now we are storing by using Spring Boot, we are sending the information that is coming to controller. So that is coming to controller. So here that is coming to the controller. From controller, I am passing to service because this is a design pattern. So your service layer should contain all the business logic. Your repository layer should contain only the save logic. And in a controller, in this controller, that is MVC architecture. In the controller, you should have only logic related to getting the value from the browser or Postman and sending the information to the service. That is the logic should be in the controller. So you should learn what is MVC architecture. MVC architecture. MVC architecture in Java. See MVC architecture in Java, Java T-point. So this is how it works from browser. You are sending the request to controller. See, we also send the request to controller. Controller will use model. What is the model here? Order Pojo is the model. So from here it will go to database and retrieve the information. Then controller will send the information to the browser or Postman. Say 1, from here 2, and third is showing to Postman, written back here. So from here, controller populate, we are getting the model. Model is the class which contains the actual value that you want to display. So if you read this one, you will understand model, view, controller, very, very important. This and all you should go and read all these things. MVC, stop the video, go and read completely, see the video 1 or 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So all the things you are going to learn. So that's a right thing. Now you got an idea about how to store the information and how to write the logic to store the information by using Spring Boot. We are using Spring Boot, all Java classes. So tomorrow when you come to class, you should go through this entire video. You should have one application, something like this. All should have one application, something very, very important. So if you are facing error, okay, try to solve all the problem. If you could not, but I should see tomorrow, all should show from your computer how much you have completed. I want to see all the things. So all will have to spend 1 minute of time tomorrow and just show, even if you didn't complete fully, not an issue. If you complete also, it's okay, but all should show your work tomorrow. Very, very important. So based on that only, we are going to decide so other things. So now you know how to store the value. So from browser, if you send the information, it will come and nothing. We are going to write that application by using Angular. So Angular, we are going to use Angular application to send the information from there to our REST controller, this one. Now we are sending to, by using Postman, we are going to send by using Angular application. And it will go and store. Now backend is ready. So now you got some idea about backend is all about Java, JPA, Hibernate JPA, Spring Framework. That's all. Main, these 3 you should be very clear. So now you should learn SQL, Java, Spring, and Hibernate JPA. So server side is clear. Then in the view layer, HTML, CSS, Angular. So those 3 are pending. So instead of a MySQL, we are going to use MongoDB also, which we are going to teach MongoDB. So MongoDB is another one DB. So that is a NoSQL DB. Same thing, no changes in the logic in here, only one changes here. It will go and store in the MongoDB. So that is a requirement we are targeting to complete, but I want to proceed only the people who are really interested in learning all these things and who are proactively learning. Only those people can clear the interview, either my team or anywhere. So it is important that you people are should be serious, learn a lot of things. You are learning a lot of things. There are a lot of things which I tell, once you complete this base idea, once you get the base idea, then I keep on fine tune for 1 week or 2 weeks, then where you will be up to the level where an industry can expect. But actually it is a 40 days of training, which I used to do. So in the full day, 40-day full day, then they will get more information. But you people know nowadays, they don't want to spend, they want to go for a job. If they come on their own, then they will spend. So now it is different. So that's why we are a little bit fast also. But anyway, this you can get it. So actually, I want to do 40 days of training for next batch and all who can come to Bangalore or Chennai on premises, in our premises. So once they complete this one, probably 6 weeks or 1 or 2 months, after that we will map to either our project or our client. So that's the idea. So this one we are going this one because online people are not serious sometimes. I don't know who is serious, who is not serious. Unless if they start responding, no, how can we feel that how serious they are? There are a lot of things we can teach, but they should have the drive to go learn, get job. It's their drive. They should have the drive. So anyway, now we got some idea about all these things. I will store this, I will upload this video. So already 2 more videos I didn't upload, I think so. I will upload that also today by 8 o'clock. Before 8 o'clock, you will get that videos. And all see this video, complete one project, the same thing like this, or else the same thing you complete there. I'm not going to send this code. By using video, you can do this one. You can do this one. Whatever I did, the same thing you do step by step, probably will get it. So this is the controller. Maybe I go here. I go here. Okay, this is the controller. This is entity. This is Pojo. So this is repository. We wrote before Hibernate, we wrote, right? That is similar to this one. So there we write a lot of code. Now there is no code. So that's a framework, JPA framework. This is repository. This is service. So there is 2 interface, service interface and repository interface. 2 interface and application.property file. That's it. So here Postman. So all the things are in record. So probably you can get it. Okay. So any question now? So this is one of the major thing. If you people can do here and read all the other things, probably you are somewhere near in understanding the code. There are other things also, IOC, AOP, dispatch, read what is dispatcher servlet, MVC architecture. So here, then I will tell a little bit and also give my document. You can read from there. Probably you will get an idea. So now we stored in a simple CRUD, simple one table. You can do one to many. There also you need to see one to one, many to many. There are a lot of things, learning curve, but all you could not be able to get. But if they see that you have the confidence and you have the enough knowledge up to this, probably they will hire it as soon as possible. Okay, any other question? So if there is no question, probably we can. So if there is no question, probably we can wind up today. Okay. We will see. So all are going to complete this one tomorrow, before tomorrow class, and let me know how far you completed. So if there is no question, we will wind up today. Okay, I think so, no question. So okay, if there is anything, then you can ping me. Okay, thanks for your time. And